Hi everyone, it's Lynn from Finds of Yesterday. I have had a slow weekend. I did not go out sourcing because I just have way too much jewelry and I was a little overwhelmed. I wanted to catch up on a lot of the items that I already purchased this summer so far. So I did get caught up a little bit and I'm headed to an estate sale tomorrow morning, and it's a starts on a Wednesday, which is kind of unusual, but it's got some high-end stuff. So I don't know if I'll be able to get anything because it's going to be a lot of expensive stuff. She has some fine art, some sculptures, and that's right up my alley, but I do not know if the prices are going to be right for me to resell. I may come home with a purchase for myself, but we'll see. So sorry I haven't put out any videos lately, but I've just been trying to catch up on all my existing inventory. So for now, I'm just going to show you what items have sold and what things I've been moving out of here. This is a lot of my jewelry that I still haven't posted. I have a whole box full of vintage and new that I haven't posted. Here's a smaller box that's starting to dwindle, and that's all stuff I need to go through. It's probably all going to be a lot price. And some more good stuff. And this is stuff that I've recently went through in my own closet that I probably won't ever wear. And this is some good stuff. This is rosaries and cufflinks and some crosses that you carry in your pocket. And I have all these stacks of boxes full of jewelry yet. I'm a little bit overwhelmed on jewelry right now. So that's kind of what's been holding me up going out sourcing. But I'm getting anxious. I need to get out there. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Okay, let's get started. This sales report is from July 1st to July 7th of 2020. And I feel like I had a slow week this week, so there's not a whole lot of sales. So we'll go through the whole week, and starting with this first one, which is a Ford LTD car hood ornament. And it sold on a best offer for $16.95 from its listing price of $18.95, and I paid 50 cents for it, and they sold fairly fast. I just listed them about a week ago, so that was pretty good turnover. This next item is a Harper's Bazaar gift wrap, which is really cool. These are fairly big sizes, and they're just like newsprint, and there's some really awesome images on here, as you can see. It's like images from the Harper's Bazaar magazine when that was out. I'm trying to look for a date here. Not seeing one, but these are awesome. It sold for a best offer of $22.50, and I had them listed at $29.95. I did have these listed for about a year, so it was time for them to go. So that was a pretty good turnover, though. I paid 50 cents for them. These cherry glasses are another thing I just posted last week. I got these from the estate sale that I was about the only one at. And they're cute little shot glasses, and they sold for $22.50 on best offer. I had them listed for $24.95. I did pay $5 for them, so that's a little higher than what I normally pay, as you can tell, but it still was a good turnover. This next one is these Baskel metal cups. And I don't know if you remember drinking from these when you were a kid, but they were popular in the 70s. And when you put water in them, it tastes like aluminum. At least that's what I remember from them. I did not like drinking out of them. So anyway, they sold for $19.85, the asking price, and I paid $2 for these six. And there's some pretty cool colors in there. And they're made in Italy. This next one is a Cadillac hood ornament, another one that I listed three of these, three different types, and this Cadillac one sold for $14.95 after about a week, and I paid about 50 cents for it. So I think I have one left now. This next one is a GE lamps or light bulbs that says 1947 Eastman Kodak Company. I had these in my house since the previous owners, which was an older gentleman and a lady, and they were probably in their 80s, and they had them in their house for a long time. So I've lived here for 25 years and they were in here before I moved in. So they've been sitting around for an awful long time. It was time to get rid of them. They sold for $6.95. I had them listed for $7.95 or $7.97, and I didn't pay anything for them. These it's a pencil case made out of KoolAid drink. What do you call them? They call them KoolAid jammers, and it's double-sided, so there's actually 6 KoolAid jammer packs in this pencil case. So I picked this up for about 50 cents, and I really thought they would be worth more, but it was brand new, still with the tags, and it sold for $12.95, the asking price, and I paid, again, 50 cents. This next one is not just your daughter's jeans. I love these pants. They are so comfortable. Not these particular ones, not that these weren't, but I just love this brand in general. They're so soft, and this one was a 14 petite, and that might have played a role in why it didn't sell right away. So it took a little bit longer, but they finally did sell for $24.90, and I paid $4.35 for them. This next one's a Granite Ware Pot that my mom had in her house, and I brought it with me to my house, and I've never really used it, so it is vintage. I had it listed for $16.95 and it sold for $14.95, and I did not pay anything for it, so that's a pretty good return. This next one I got at the estate sale not too long ago that I was about the only one at, and I got this tray for $1, and it sold within a week or two. It sold for $22.50 on best offer. This next item is a red leather purse, which is vintage, and it sold for $17.47. It was on sale from $24.95. I really love this. I got this from an auction last summer. I got it with a whole lot of items, other purses, other shoes, so I probably paid about 50 cents for it. But it did sit longer, and it finally sold, and it sold for a decent amount, so I'm pretty happy with $17.47. Next item is 2 pillowcases that were embroidered or crocheted. I always get them two things mixed up. And they sold for $14.95, and I had not had them listed for very long. It was from an estate sale about 4 weeks ago, and I probably listed them about 3 weeks ago. So it doesn't take very long for these things to sell. People love these vintage pillowcases. Sold for $14.95, and I paid $1 for them. The next items are from sales from Macari and Poshmark. This particular one was on Poshmark, and I listed it higher. I listed it for about $28 on Poshmark and $24.95 on eBay, but it sold on Poshmark for a best offer of $25. So I really got what I wanted out of it, but Poshmark's fees are 20% as compared to eBay's, which is 10%. So in the end, it's still sold for a decent amount of money, and I'm happy with it. This next one's a cycling shirt. If you run across decent cycling shirts, pick them up. They're fast sellers, especially right now when you can't do much else other than bicycle riding out in the open air. So this one sold on a best offer of $18, and the reason I took an offer on it was because it has these runs, and I had it listed for $19.95, so $18 is still really good. And it sold within a week. The Snap-on Tools hoodie sweatshirt was an extra large. I had it listed for $24.95, and it sold on Poshmark for $25, and I paid $1 for it, so it's a good turnaround. These next two little frames I adore. They are so cute. I picked these up at a yard sale, and they had a pile of free stuff at this sale. And these were in it, along with 2 other ballerina pictures that were the same size, a little bit different style. But I couldn't believe she put them in the free pile. It was actually a lady who sold on eBay. By listening to her conversation, I heard that she is a seller too, so I don't know if she had them up and couldn't sell them, but I snatched them up pretty quickly, and I sold this set for $16 on best offer, and that one was on Macari. And this belt buckle also sold on Macari for $18, and I paid $1 for it, and it was at an estate sale. So that is the extent of my sales for the week, which again I said was pretty slow week. My sales overall was $444.04, and you have to figure in the eBay fees and the PayPal fees and your cost of goods, which totaled for me $77.25. So if you take that from the sale price of $444, my profit is about $366. So overall, that's still pretty good. My goal is to have at least $500 in sales a week, but my extended goal is to have $1,000 in sales. So to me, this is a slow week, and I take the summer into consideration. It's always a slowdown in the summer. So that's what I have for you today. I hope that there's some items in here that might grab your attention, and you will have something to look for when you're out and about at the next yard sale. And if you liked this video and you got anything out of it, please like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you again for joining us. I'll see you in the next video.